For more than a century, workers in Washington, D.C.'s most iconic buildings, the Capitol, the White House, and the sprawling tunnels beneath them, have whispered about a creature that appears only when the nation stands on the edge of crisis. They call it the Demon Cat, or simply DC. The earliest reports describe a black or smoky feline drifting through the corridors late at night, its eyes glowing like coals. Most sightings end with the creature vanishing into thin air, but a few witnesses claim it grows, first to the size of a dog, then a lion, before lunging forward and disappearing just before contact. Officially, no such creature exists. Unofficially, the stories have persisted through wars, assassinations, fires, and political upheaval. And every staff member who has ever pulled a midnight shift knows some hallways are best avoided after dark. The origins of the Demon Cat legend stretch back to the mid-1800s, when the Capitol building employed cats to control rats in its basement. During the Civil War, portions of the Capitol served as makeshift barracks, overflowing with soldiers, supplies, and livestock. It was during this chaotic period that tales of a strange cat began circulating. Guards reported seeing a small black kitten that seemed oddly calm amid the noise. But when approached, the kitten's body stretched unnaturally, expanding in size until it filled entire corridors with a shadowy, growling presence. Many believed the cat was a stray that had gone feral, or a soldier playing tricks. That was until multiple guards, on separate nights, reported identical sightings, using the same language. It grew, it watched me, and it knew. One of the most famous encounters occurred in the 1890s, when a Capitol guard patrolling the basement claimed a large black cat materialized in front of him. He estimated it to be nearly 3 feet tall, with eyes shining like headlights. As he lifted his weapon in fear, the creature suddenly enlarged, doubling in size with a sound like rushing wind. The guard fired at it, but the bullet passed through its body and struck the wall behind. As the smoke cleared, the cat walked toward him, growing larger with each step, only to vanish inches from his face. The guard fainted, and when he was found hours later, he described the encounter with absolute conviction. His superiors dismissed it as stress-induced hallucination, but the story spread quickly among night staff, many of whom admitted to seeing similar shadows moving at the edges of their lantern light. The Demon Cat's appearances have an eerie connection to national tragedies. Reports place the creature prowling the Capitol just before the assassination of President Lincoln, the stock market crash of 1929, and even the bombing threats during World War II. A janitor working in the Capitol crypt in the 1960s claimed he saw a massive feline shadow stretching across the floor. He described the air growing cold and the lights flickering as the creature passed. Days later, the Cuban Missile Crisis escalated. Some staff began to believe the Demon Cat was an omen, a silent herald of disaster, warning those willing to see it. Superstition spread among security teams. If you saw the cat, something terrible was coming. But not all sightings came from frightened guards or exhausted workers. In 1935, a pair of congressmen leaving a late-night meeting claimed they saw a cat sitting atop the Capitol steps, its body outlined in a strange mist. As they approached, the cat didn't flee. Instead, it stood and grew taller, its silhouette stretching upward, limbs elongating like smoke being pulled by a draft. One congressman insisted he heard it whisper his name. Both men ran, refusing to speak publicly about the event, but staffers leaked their private statements. The whispering detail is rare, but not unique. A White House maid in the 1940s claimed a black cat whispered something to her too. Don't look back. She didn't. She quit the next morning. The White House has its own version of the Demon Cat, frequently spotted in the north basement and the presidential residence's lower levels. Employees describe a small dark shape slipping around corners, followed by sudden gusts of cold air and unexplained scratches on wooden doors. A butler who served multiple administrations told a researcher that the cat was seen most often during transitions of power. It comes when the building is nervous, he said, when the country is nervous. Another staff member claimed the cat appeared in the East Room, the same room where Lincoln's body once rested, its shape flickering like a shadow cast by candlelight. When she blinked, the cat was suddenly inches from her face, eyes glowing red before dissolving like smoke. While skeptics dismiss the demon cat as a trick of light, fatigue, or overactive imagination, some sightings contradict easy explanations. Security cameras occasionally capture fleeting distortions, blurs that move too quickly to be insects, too smoothly to be shadows. Motion sensors activate in empty hallways. Keycard doors open without any person nearby. Maintenance workers have found paw prints appearing in dust where no animals could have entered. One electrician swore that he saw a long scratch mark appear on a metal panel as if carved by an invisible claw. Attempts to debunk these phenomena often lead nowhere. In the labyrinth of tunnels under the Capitol, where airflow is stagnant and darkness clings like damp cloth, reports are even more chilling. Workers claim the tunnels breathe, expanding and contracting as if the entire complex is somehow alive. Voices echo where no one is present. Twice, night crews found cat-like prints on concrete floors still wet from cleaning. Prints that began abruptly in the middle of a hallway and ended at a solid wall. One worker reported seeing a pair of glowing eyes staring from behind a ventilation grate. When he returned with another guard moments later, dust inside the grate had been disturbed, as if something had moved quickly through it. Despite the fear, the demon cat is not believed to attack. It frightens, it warns, it appears before chaos, but no harm is officially recorded. Some believe it is a guardian spirit bound to America's political heart, showing itself when the nation is in danger. Others think it's a remnant, an echo of tragic events absorbed by the stone walls of the Capitol. And a few whisper that it might be something far older, a creature that has lived beneath Washington since before the city was built, watching human history unfold like a slow-moving play. Today, the legend of the demon cat persists quietly. New security officers receive no official briefing, but the older guards share warnings in hushed voices. If you see it small, don't blink. If you see it large, don't run. Some claim they've gone their entire careers without encountering the creature. Others refuse to speak about what they saw at all. Yet the stories continue, passed from shift to shift, administration to administration. And if history is any indication, the demon cat will appear again, pacing silently through the marble halls whenever the nation trembles, waiting, watching, reminding anyone who dares to look into its glowing eyes that even in the center of power, there are forces older and darker than politics.